Thank you so much for having me. I would like to appreciate all the organizing team, especially Shurvi and Earth, the entire team of GirlScript, and the entire organizing team who are behind this event. Uh, Without further ado, I would like to start my session because we have limited time to go on. So allow me to share my screen, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
just a sec. Yeah,
So I think it's visible, right?
yes.
Clear to all? So guys, the topic which I would like to cover is bridging the gap between academia and industry in India. Why especially is confined to India because I think the pattern what we follow here is slightly different from what we see across the world. So, and however, there are things which are common with all the students, especially graduating and aspiring to get into the colleges and aspiring to get into the corporates and looking forward to build their career into corporates, into the industries. So this would be slightly more of what is the requirement and how the academia looks forward to any fresher or anyone who comes looking for a job. So to start with, I would start with, hey, this is me. This is like everyone. We were a kid and we had fun without thinking of anything. We enjoyed it and without having any thought of what would happen tomorrow. We used to have fun. Then suddenly we thought that once we accomplished 10th standard, matriculation and everything would be over, especially in terms of history, geography, civics, which was haunting most of the people across where numbers of eras were being by hearted and other things. We thought once that is over and we'll have fun. So 10th was over and we enjoyed it. We thought, wow, it's a wow feeling for us as a kid because we accomplished something for that while. And then comes another dilemma. What do I do next once I'm done with my 10th standard? So where should I look forward to? And what can I add on to my existing profile? What should I do? So we do not have that clarity in thought when we were a kid that time. Whereas for us, we were confined to know that we had few limited subjects around which we are aware of. It was more of like science, computers, arts, and commerce, and not even other than this, I would say. For that while, 3, 4 domains were confined to us, and that's still the condition of the 10th standard students today, with no clarity on post 10th standard what can be the stream, especially in terms of study, I would say, that they have science, commerce, and arts. That are still confined subjects or the thought process thanks to education system, I would say, which has led us to be shrinking in that shell. However, the revised curriculum has given us slightly uh, uh, aura to think of, I would say, or a new divergence in terms of adding thought process to what could be the potential subjects rather than just these three. So me as a kid was also confined. What should I do? So I just went on doing. I graduated as an engineering student. I went on getting a certificate program in business management from IIT Bombay. I went on doing my post-graduation diploma. Went on getting my MBAs and other things. So whatever came in the way, I just went on taking it because for me, what I saw, I just went on getting it because I had no clarity in that prospect. However, uh, when you experiment, there is another learning when you go across experimenting yourself without any guidance. However, I think I went in a decent path, which has put me into a decent place as well. So where did I work across when I graduated and I joined Nokia as my first firm. I also worked with Tata Communication, then worked with Accenture, worked for slightly some time at Jindal University, then moved into Jakson, a partner of Cummins. Then I started working with Su-Kam. Then post that, I also had parallel opportunity of being a mentor of change as initiative of Niti Ayog's Atal Tinkering Labs. And now I'm sitting at Tata Consultancy Service, and the role of mentor of change is still continuing, and as a mentor of various startups, that is still continuing. So these things, these are the places I worked across. So what did I realize in the entire journey? I realized that technology, core competency, and common sense. So there was a point of intersection between all these three somewhere. So everything went hand in hand. So what I realized is the technology, what I studied or what I went through, and the core competency, especially of that core domain, and the common sense, what you have or what you have gained through your career. These three went somewhere hand in hand, and there was a common path. So that helped me to realize that there was a huge gap what I studied as a day-to-day curriculum in my engineering or in my schooling and what I see at the corporate. And of course there should be gap because market has been changing every day. If you see the industry today we follow is industry 4.0 is already I think towards the end, and we are looking forward to industry 5.0, whereas the curriculum what we have seen, what I studied is still being studied as a same revision of the book without adding any additional content by the existing students, especially if you see the NCRT curriculum which is being followed here in India. I think they hardly have any revised content, and the content is being reused from years and years. There is there is no constant effort from the end of academia to change. Why? Because they are also confined by the education curriculum or the education guidance, whereas the industry goes on changing every day. It changes because they do not they for them adaptability, agile in nature is a must to establish themselves into the market. So what do we do as a student or as an individual who wants to follow or get into the trend of what is industry looking for us? For us, the best is to adopt what is changing and what is the industry tending us to change, and absorb what is the world moving towards, and be smart in taking moves. So if you confine yourself in the shell of what the academia has been teaching and just put confine borders that I just want to go on that path, I think it will be very difficult for you to survive in the competitive world what we see today. So when I say that you need to go with the technology, I'm not saying that everyone should be a techie, but at the same point, you cannot escape the shadow of technology. Be it in any field you are in, be art students or commerce students, especially when they question saying that, sir, I cannot be a coder, I cannot go into technology. When I say technology, I'm not talking about being a developer. I'm talking about understanding what is in trend, what is the world around, what is the world looking forward to. So are you in line with how the world is changing? So you should follow the passion what you have in terms of, if you think that you are passionate about gaming, I think you should not stop yourself. I've seen many converting themselves into all-time entrepreneur from just by because they were expert in games, because they became consultant to the gaming companies, or they started reviewing the games, and that became their profession. The profession what you see today and what you used to see 30 years back, we'll be also discussing on that, how that has transformed, and what you see today is completely different, where you never know where the opportunity may come forward to you. So you should expand your horizon, should think with a free mind, you should add on lots of thought process into what you look forward to. So I was talking about the skill set. So I think I'm just talking about what skill set needs to be obtained in upcoming year, because I think that itself would be adding a lots of value, because I know we are transforming into 2022. And I think what is growing today, if you see, there's lots of analytical things which is growing and lots of innovations coming into picture. And I think that is the reason I think you would have also thought that there is a transformation post-COVID in terms of innovation has changed completely. Of course, things has changed completely. Many people would not deny me in taking the fact that I think Corona or the pandemic has led us into many change in many thought processes, as well as many inventions, I would say. We would have never imagined working from home and a distance place. The entire world is sitting at home and working and delivering the best what they could without any hindrance. And that was never imagined at all. I think that is completely new shift. And like a traditional quote says, that necessity is the mother of invention. And that is how things has come into picture. I think lots of active learning and learning strategies are being growing in this year, and that is a demand of the hour. technology designing, programming, critical thinking and analysis things are getting more opportunities into the market. Complex problem solving and emotional intelligence. I think the previous speaker was also speaking about this. I think that is taking lots of space into the market. And what is declining is, I think you would have seen many of the manual works and the clerk sitting at the offices, the peon who used to ring the bell, all these things are declined. No more we see any peon sitting in the schools and ringing the bells. You have machines, you have bang on time and they do it for us. Automation has taken the complete shift of what a manual intervention and lots of manual entries would take into place. Lots of reading, writing things are now transformed into virtual reality. And what we see today is more of new transformation coming into the picture. And with this, if there is skill set change, of course, there is a chance, there is something which is leading to this. There is lots of automation which is leading to this shift in the area of skill set as well as in the scenario of the job change. You see lots of automation coming into the picture. What we see as per the report is 2018 used to have 71% of automation and 29% of machine intervention. Whereas in 2022, the differentiation would slightly orient more towards still will be with humans, but the machine would start dominating slightly. When I say machine, I'm talking of automation. I'm talking of different technologies and different techniques which are being used at industry, which is allowing people to expand and allowing more of human intervention to reduce. But do not think that this is solving your job or it is leading to less of job. No, the man who is automating, the person who is automating is also, the automation is also led by humans itself. We are the one who is creating this automation, and that's the job shift. It's not the end of the job. Whereas in 2025, what it's observed is more of automation would take up. If I dig detail into it, what does this mean? I would say lots of physical and manual works would reduce by 2030. The percent shift would be slightly reducing, and every year we will see a reduce in that analysis. And this is not of India, this is an entire world scenario, because this is from the US Bureau. And if you see more of higher cognitive thinking and social and emotional skills would go on increasing, lots of technologies intervention and lots of networking coming into picture. You see lots of if you see the amount of time we used to spend on, especially on digital medias earlier and compared to now, I think that is increasing day on day. So if you see a shift of social and emotional connect, it's trending higher and higher, and that has seen a 26% rise, and would you see by 2030 it would hit a higher rating, whereas the physical and the older ways of interaction is reducing. When these things are reducing, definitely there would be a shift in job and type of job what you see today. The job landscape would be definitely changing. If lots of data analysis and data scientists would take up the space. I've seen lots of the organizing teams are from data science background, and I understand that you guys have seen what is trending into the marketing space and what is trending in the world today, and you have analyzed that well ahead in time, and that is where I think by the time you hit the industry, you would be the best picked choice. I think that's the first thing what you see in terms of trending skill set or the trending job set. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, lots of things coming into a trending picture, big data analysis, digital transformation, all these things are happening. And what about declining things, which I've already discussed, that more of clerkier jobs, more of manual intervention, more of factory load unload stuff would be transforming their roles and moving towards automation. Lots of robotic interference coming into the factories, and lots of automation changing from time to time. I
Sorry
think
to
when you,
interrupt, Ashish. I guess there's
yeah,
someone who wants to ask a question.
yes, please.
I think it's Bunny, and they're saying that while how a newcomer is supposed to adapt active learning when he was awarded with marks, when he was using memory. Also, basically, like, how are we supposed to actively learn when we are used to a rote learning kind of a mindset?
Amazing question. I think that is a question which I would be discussing
Yeah.
as I move ahead.
Yeah,
So park your questions. I think by that time we end this presentation, you won't have you have complete answer to what you need to do, because so far I'm discussing what is going through, and next thing would be what we need to do.
Sure.
I think and that is what my entire talk is all about.
Cool.
I think this is giving a scenario of what is going on, so that you understand that this is true and it is happening. There's nothing I'm talking about which is out of this world, and you need to understand these are facts. And if I talk of this job scenarios, I'm sure many of you would be knowing about these companies which are the biggest hiring in terms of IT space, or in terms of consulting space, civil engineering, and lots of automobile companies. And these companies, when you see these companies, I think they would have lots of expectations from you when you come up to them. And that brings me to that question, and succeeding, I will be taking through that answers. Okay.
Thank you.
So when you have these amazing companies in the list, you have these expectations coming up from backend. So when you have dozens of companies coming to your campus, or you want to get through, and there are dozens of expectations which they come up with, I think these are some of the trending expectations, or one of the must-have expectations which any corporate wants to have. I would say they would like to have amazing communication skills, because most of the companies, especially in India, would work on outsourcing based companies, and they have international clients. They want to have amazing communication skills, and they want to have knowledge beyond textbooks. I think they want us to explore and understand what is going in and around the world. And then they want us to have ability to lead and have a positive approach, and updated with the latest technology, what is trending in the market. And they want us to have a willingness to travel, because you never know, you may be put onto the site, and you must not be confining saying that I just want to work in my space and I want to work from home and all those things. I think doesn't happen that way. But once we reach to the corporate, we love to travel, because we are put up across the world, and we look for opportunities when we get to go on site and other things. I think they also prefer to have, if you have foreign language in your kitty, I think that adds lot of value when you look forward to any candidate with foreign language. Any corporate likes to have a techno-managerial people or an MBA degree, so that they understand management and how it works. They want multitasking personnel, and versatility. They want to be ambitious and a team player. I think if you see on the right, research says 85% of your financial success is due to your personality and ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. Then just 15% left with your knowledge and other techie skills and other things. I think that's amazing. I think that itself gets you all. If you know to negotiate and you know to lead, I think that is enough to get you into a leader role. I think when I said all this, and of course there would be another question coming to mind. What should I do to get all this? Next is the answer to this. I think with my experience all these years, I have been trying to converge all these points of what you need to have in your profile, or what is to be done when you step out with your resume to anyone. I think I have coined it as a rainbow factor, but it's not a standard word. You do not find it anywhere in the world. It's not a standard management term. I named it rainbow factor because I found it 7, and I thought let it be named as rainbow because it contains all the colors of personality, I would say, which needs to be carried on into your profile. I think I'll be also detailing in each of these because that is very important. First point is certificate of participation. And of course, you would be amazed why is he writing certificate of participation, because that's a very silly thing. Everyone gets now, even you participate in this event, you get it. And why it is important, because certificate of participation is something which what a recruiter thinks is you have been exposed to something. You are aware of the world around and you have listened to people across and you have learned from them. And that is how, and that is what the certificate of participation shows us. Winning certificate shows the ability to put in your own effort and the strive of winning, that you have a capacity of overcoming your fears and win it. That is certificate of winning shows. professional membership credential. This is something which shows your association with the world around. That is professional membership. I'm sure you would be aware of professional societies like one of yours. I think IEEE is another one, and IIT is another one. You have multiple professional societies across the world where you can, I think you can join and explore what is trending into the world. Next point is certification. Do not confuse with certificate and certification. These two are different things. I think point 4, 5, 6, 7 are most important must-have points, I would say, when you take as a best resume, because I would be also detailing this 4, 5, 6, 7 points in upcoming slides, because certification is something which would give a feeling that you are expert in that domain and you have gained some practical exposure as well as you have spent some time into that domain. Coming to the fifth point, this project, it's mini and final. Two projects gives a clear demonstration that you have been involved in projects, because mini can be something just can be a PPT slide or just some pages where less effort and less things are involved. When I have written mini and final, because final, when I say, I'm talking about most of the final year students like MBAs or engineering graduates, they have to submit a final year project, which is a detailed project, a working model, which is having all of those aspects of what should be done to understand what is the project. Internship and industrial visit, I think it can be either of those things, whereas I would prefer to have internship, because that gives you more of a practical, a pre-job feeling of what can be at the real time when you step into the corporate or into the industry. The seventh point is award achievement, CSR, NGO. So either of these things can be into your profile. I think that denotes that you have been involved with the world around and you have done something remarkable, that you have achieved a certification in terms of awards. You have got achievements or awards and other things. I'll be detailing this 4, 5, 6, 7 points in upcoming slides. When I talk of certifications, these are some of the top trending certifications in the world today, which is being preferred by most of the corporates. I think certified information systems security professional, AWS, as Amazon with this. Amazon is trending in terms of cloud services, and AWS is one of the trending certifications what people are preferring today. Google certified professional in terms of cloud architecture is something. Big data certification, and it can be a big data scientist. Certified in risk and information system control is more of what is being looked forward to. Certified information security manager. So more of security and information related certifications are most look forward to when you look forward to joining any corporate, because they want you to be aware of most of the trending things which are cloud based or which are related to data security or data point of view. But I think most of the people who are from commerce arts background, they have questioned me, but sir, I do not relate to any of this background. So where do I go into? Where do I fit? I think you fit into points like point 8, project management professional. That can be one of the things. And I think there's no bug today that you can learn any of this. You can go for learning any of this. And I have listed certain 5 other certifications which can be of any department, any domain, which are trending into the industry and is most preferred by industry. Certification like Lean Six Sigma, Agile Certified Professional, Certified Business Analyst, Certified Supply Chain Professional, or any certified foreign language expert. Any of the languages, especially German or Japanese, are short, but more look forward to. I think these are certifications which are trending, and do not confuse yourself with certificate and certification. These are certification, and this says that you have spent enough time into learning this technology. Talking about the projects which I discussed earlier, it's mini and the final projects. The mini projects are small projects which can be through like submitted while you have done an industrial visit or you have done a small internship somewhere and you submit a mini project. That is a mini project what I'm talking about. Whereas the final project is more of real-time model, and real-time working model would be preferred thing. I think that is what is looked forward to, where you go in detailing of each and every point of the project, how you came forward to, what are the details involved, what was the technology involved, who were your team members. So it depicts lot of things. A lot of teamwork is involved. Lot of orientation and dedication is involved when you make something like this. And that is what is coming out when you look forward to. Talking of internship and industrial visit, I think internship is something I would recommend everyone should look forward to. In any domain or any startup or anything you get in, just go for it. No, someone is asking something. Okay, I'll continue.
No, I guess.
So I think what intern. Okay, so what internship gives you is it's a first-hand feeling of anyone entering into the industry. I think once you have enough experience as an intern, I think entering industry would be nothing new to you, because at the time I think somewhere you have already entered industry, because internship is generally being offered by different companies, startups across the world. An industrial visit would give you a feeling of how is industry oriented and how are things aligned. What are the how are automations in picture? Lots of people have also reached out in recent times stating that they did not get any opportunity because of pandemic. The industries are not allowing people to visit the industry, and lots of, I think something which is coming in trend is virtual industrial visit. I think which I think I think the organizing team can also look forward to. We can collaborate and look how we can conduct virtual industrial visit. That is more of, I can align the owner of the company or the operation manager on the floor to give us the entire visit of the industry by through maybe online conference like what we have today. So that is something which would be an interesting factor for any audience or any associate who is looking forward to join industry. Lots of learning comes as a part of when you see things and learn. When you see a machine, you understand how it really works and you are able to relate it. Whereas when you hear theoretically, things do not really work out. So internship and industrial visit are something which everyone should look forward to. And talking about the last point in that slide of rainbow factors, I think awards and achievements are something which you get when you have done something extraordinary. You are being awarded or you get a certificate of achievement. CSR is corporate social responsibility, so it is not just confined to corporates. It is also confined to, it can also be at your school, it can be at your colleges. So everyone is involved into CSR because in a sense they are also corporates. They also operate into a model, and they also have some responsibility towards the society. And when you work in a CSR project, you understand about diversity and inclusion. And that is one of the things which you would be required when you enter into the industry. And more of how you work in a social culture, how you work as a team, how you lead a team, all these things come forward when you work in something like a CSR project or when you work for any NGO. So these are the things which you may not know how would it affect in future, but are adding lots of value to your existing profile. So I am done with what content you need to include. I have few questions which are most searched out questions on internet, and let me answer these questions for you before I take into your questions. I think many people have searched out how much does grade matter. Of course, grade is something which is the first in your profile, and we look forward to a cutoff, which is generally a criteria which can allow you to enter into any corporate. So I think grade is very important, and you must not take it as granted. You must take it seriously and at least be decent in terms of grade. People give philosophies around this that uh, any failure can also get into all this and that. But I think when corporate matters, there are certain criteria which are set as a parameter across industry. And for that, I think grade is the top ones, which allows us to segregate what and whom we are preferring to, whom we are looking forward to. What specialization do I choose? I think that is purely your choice. And these are the questions which generally comes up in the mind of especially MBA students when they look forward to the higher studies. What should I look forward to? Should I go for HR, marketing, business? What should I look forward to? I think that should completely go on your choice. Whereas what should you keep in mind that you should have technology in hand with whatever you choose. There is something which should back you in terms of giving you exposure to what you are going ahead with. I think technology, you should keep in mind that what is trending in the market, I should be aware of that at least if I'm not expert of that. So are there any subjects that are absolutely necessary? I think mathematics is one of that, and stats, I think, which can be a turning factor and is a must have. I think that gives you lots of analytical skills and gives you uh, basic understanding of analyzing between what is, how you would differentiate things. When you have values in your hands, and that gives you a true feeling of what is correct. Whereas if you go for just a pseudo number or anything without any numbers which is there, I think that is not taken as that serious. What do I need to do to make my resume stand out? I think I have given you details about the rainbow factor. I think if you have that, I think that is making you stand out. So what do I need to what do I get? How do I get ahead of my classmates? I think that is one of the tricky questions. I think when you have read this point, of course they would have also read this point. So what is important is when you go for an interview, what you have presented to the interviewer, that is most important, not what you have carried in front of them. I think what you have told or what you have explained about what you stand for, how you are, and what you can do at that point of time, that can create an edge, and that is where you can get ahead of anyone. And that would differentiate between the people with the same profile. If suppose I have the same 7 factors and someone X has the same 7 factors, what I have presented at that point of time when I'm interacting with the interviewer, and my confidence and my body language, that would speak at give me an edge of how can I move ahead of the competitors who are sitting for interview outside. So, how will this co-curricular activities and managing events would help in the resume? I think co-curricular activities and managing events gives you lots of managerial skills, or I would say organizing skills, team building skills, and these are most important factors when you grow as a leader. I think mid-level management and the senior management, many people who have not gone across all these things are missing, and that's what makes them stagnate in the industry. And whereas who are expert in these domains take a lead and go ahead and excel. What do will I have any free time at all? I think these are the questions being posted by MBA students because they just have 2 years and they want to explore, as well as they want to have lots of content in their profile as a, I think making your hobby and your learning both related can help you a lot. I think there are many who are travel bloggers. There are many who talk about games and blog about games. There are many who are into social media, but detail into it. They manage communities. They manage lots of analytical skills and present it to their companies where they are doing internship. All those things. I think these are things where you can have your hobbies as well as what you want to get into carry together. Are there any secrets to success which I should know? I think secret to success was something which was when you go to the interviewer, be confident and deliver what you want to deliver. And that's the only secret which you and the interviewer only knows, and no one else would know. And the result would speak at all. That all. I think that should be kept in mind. I'm from operations, and what type of jobs can I look forward to? I think operation is something where they think that they are general, and I think operations is something they are I think expert. They can go into any domain they wish to go for. I think adding certifications of any particular domain which they want to get into would would completely orient their choice towards what they're looking forward to into career path. I'm from engineering, but I'm only getting sales offer. That is most common thing what you get here. I think anyone who is now looking for opportunity as a fresher, I think they easily get sales offer and other things. I think when you are not able to get anything at all of your choice, I think once you are offered a sales profile, I think you should look forward to being keeping three things in mind: quality of the company you are entering, if the pay what they are offering you, and the learning what they are offering you. If you have either of these 2 points, quality of the company, pay what you are offered, and the learning what you are getting, if you have any of these 2 points, move into that company and choose your company. I think that's all I have for you guys, and I'm open to questions. But remember, you used to have that your network is your net worth. No, your network, how much work you have done, and the network what you have, that will decide your net worth. I think just networking will not help. I think if you just go on, I have lots of followers on LinkedIn and Facebook. That doesn't mean that I'll be able to put up my net worth. You should also have your work in parallel to what you network from and network with, and what you look forward in your career. I think also you should also look forward to not giving up. I think many people are very close to success and they give up, stating that I won't be able to achieve it. And that's where they fail. But they never realize that they were very close to success. And I think with this, I would end my presentation. Thank you so much for having me. You can connect me on LinkedIn. And thank you so much, team. I'm open to questions now.
Thank you so much. I think that was an amazing, like I myself learned a lot. And I feel there are so many things which we are wired in when we are in school or when we are in university, and we don't actually know when we are graduating university, even if we get a job and stuff. Like I'm currently working for KPMG, but when I was like, nobody tells you, you know, what path you should go for. They're just there to give you the course, but nobody's telling you what to do. You have
Correct.
to explore yourself. And out of all the points, I connected to it because that's what I followed myself. So I feel those really help. Joining
I think this would take you to this profile of network. And that is where when you network with people and find decent mentors,
yeah,
and they would guide you to the right path. I think that is one of the most important thing where you need to network with people across.
Yes, I agree with that, because I feel my network is one thing which actually helped me to get my job. So it's really important to network with the right people and to really just showcase your work with other people.
Correct. Network as well is important, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I think if people were having some questions, so if they would like
Yes, please.
to speak up.
Yes, please.
So I have the
Hello,
question.
sir.
Yes, please. One by one. We have time, sir. I have time. I think I have time, right?
Yeah, we have 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, I have 15 minutes.
Qualities like leadership, teamwork, confidence, like how can we measure them? Other than technical skills, we have certification that we can show, like I have this certification, so I know this skill. But how can I show that I am confident or I have a good leadership quality?
I think this question is from Lakshmi.
Yes.
I think Lakshmi, you had confidence to ask the question. I think that is one of the parameters I found, that you were confident in asking question. And that is one of the factors I think that do not have a measuring point as such. But I think when you go in front of an interviewer or when we talk to someone, we analyze what is his state of mind, and what is his understanding. Where does he get nervous? How much confident he is in terms of answering something? What content he carries? All those things. I think they do not have measuring values, but of course, you asked me a question, and I must say that you are confident because you wanted to ask something and you went ahead with it, right? And that is just which has given you confidence of moving ahead. I think do not go with the measurement. And I think the content, what I have discussed earlier, if that is there, and be confident in terms of do not lose anything. Because if you think that if I don't get this thing, what I have to do next? And if you have that thought in mind, I think that is where you lose lots of hope. Thank you, Lakshmi, for your question. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I guess Bunny raised his or her hand. Would you like to go ahead?
Greetings to everyone. Before asking a question, I want to confirm that is my voice audible enough?
Yes,
Yes,
Bunny.
Okay, first question to you, sir. You showed us 10 of the certifications, six others too, right? So my question is to you, how to get to know out of the zillion certifications which are best for us.
I think all
There,
this.
there are,
Yes, please go ahead.
sorry to interrupt. There are different for coding, there are different for cloud, there are different for cybersecurity, and there are different for human resources speaking. So how can we filter out one from one?
Bunny, I want to know what is your education background?
I am pursuing engineering,
A domain is
CSE,
what you want to get into.
uh, 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 cybersecurity.
Suppose I say you don't know what you want to get into. I'll get into
Hmm.
something whichever comes into my way. But you said cybersecurity. You have your cybersecurity certifications right listed there, and the certifications which are listed here are the top 10. I think these are the top 10 trending certifications in the market based on the hiring criteria of the companies across the world. The 5 certificates which I have listed on the right side, I think separately. I think these are something which is common for everyone. I think this, going through multiple sessions has led me to add these certifications separately because there were many who were from arts background, who were from commerce background, and said we do not coincide with any of these technologies. Whereas I want to add on the certifications. Which certification should I hold? I said, if you're interested to get into any of this certification which are trending to the market, you're most welcome to go for that. They do not confine any department or any terminologies. Whereas these certifications which are listed separately, Lean Six Sigma, Agile certifications, business analyst, supply chain professional, foreign language certificates, these are certifications which you can get in any time. I think which you can add value. With these will add value anytime into your career. Even you enter into corporate, even as a fresher, if you're working as well, I think these certificates which are listed separately would add value because these are something which are adding lots of mid-level management factors as well as pre-senior level managing factors. When you go across all these things, these are something which would be a day-to-day exercise when you are handling a team. And talking about your cyber security, I think you have a certified in risk and information system control, and even the first one is, itself is your security certification. I think these are the training certifications, and you are free to choose from any based on your department and your aspirations. Do not go with what is listed here. These are certifications you are free to choose from, and these are the trending certificates based on analysis. You can choose any of these based on what is your aspiration. Uh, am I clear to you, Bunny? Did I answer
Yes,
your question?
yes, you did. And also the question that I asked in chat, could you put more light into it?
You have a question in chat as well?
The one
So,
that I asked before.
Sorry,
so
I'll
be
forward that. Yeah, what he asked was that if you are already used to role learning and basically learning by heart and all that kind of stuff, when it comes to bookish stuff, how do you adapt to constantly learning actively so that you are constantly evolving and basically making a technical skill set when you are looking for jobs or even you're in your career? So
I think Bunny, I think I got your question. I think if I were you, I would. I think for me, practical learning would be through when you involve into any professional society. I think that is where I learned the most. I would say when I was an engineering student, I was a professional member of the Institution of Engineering Technology, the IIT UK. I think when you be in a professional society, you get to know about what is a trending technology into the world. First thing is that. Second thing is you become the board member who is organizing events based on the trending technology across the world. You get lots of learning exposures in terms of managing event, managing team, and lots of learning comes as an additional factor when you be a part of any professional society. So if you have not been a part of any professional society, you can be part of any club in your college. I think you can be part of any club of your choice. even that can be a dancing club. I think when you be a part of any organizing committee or be a part of any event, you learn a lots of things around it. I have seen many people growing from a starter, especially I talk about one of your organizer, Earth. I have seen him from first year to being an organizer of an international event. I have seen the complete transformation of a small kid entering into a college and now transforming into a student entrepreneur. And that is one of the best thing I would applaud about Earth. I think he is one of the guys who is leading by example.
I'd agree
Bunny,
with that.
yeah. Bunny, did I answer your question?
Thanks for the answer, sir.
Thank you. I think you're speaking on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, is there anyone else who would like to ask anything? I think it's a great opportunity because a lot of things have been covered here. So go ahead and ask away.
Hello,
You have
sir.
my
This is Sanjana.
yes, ma'am. Yes, Sanjana, please.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, what we do in college is not enough to come into the industry. So, how can we reduce the gap between the two of them in terms of academics?
So I think what we discussed, I'm not sure if you have gone through the entire content which I've covered, especially if I focus on one of the slides of the rainbow factors, what I've discussed about. But your question says you have already, if you have already completed the question, if you have already completed your engineering, you're saying that, and then you are looking for adding on something. Are you saying that way?
Yeah, I'm saying in that way.
Okay. I think you have missed lots of time where you would have added all these expectations what the industry would look forward to, because I'm sure any industry you would go, they would definitely explore your profile and look forward to what they need for you, what they need from you. But if you do not have those things, I think they may not look forward to your profile. So what you need to do it as of now, because you have already passed your graduation and now you're looking forward to add to your profile. I think being at this juncture, certificate of participation not possible, winning certificate that is possible. Whereas if I say that I am completely aspiring to get into a job, what should I do? The first thing is I need to update my profile onto various portals across on the domains like Naukri.com, Times Job, or Monster, and all these things. But before doing that, I need to think very clearly, where do I need to get into? But again, a question would come to your mind. I would get into anywhere I get. I think that's a common thought. It's not your thought alone. I think wherever I get, yeah, I know that's a common thought. Wherever I get, I'll get it. I'll do that job. People think that way. But I think if you confine yourself to a particular domain, orient at least towards a domain, people will be clear that you have knowledge of that domain slightly. And apart from that, you can add few more things. Suppose I take a pseudo scenario stating that I have done nothing at college life. I do not have a job now. And people say that due to pandemic, there are no jobs in the industry. That is completely wrong. I would say there is huge hike in demand of people because of pandemic, especially into digital and other technologies. If you are not agreeing to my point, you should read the newspaper of yesterday. I think if you read yesterday's newspaper, there is a 52% hike in demand of various freshers. And what you need to add now, I would say, parallelly to looking for jobs, I think skills like Lean Six Sigma, I think you should start studying from today. I think Lean Six Sigma would help you to understand how you can eliminate waste in other things. And that
As a
would give
technical
you,
student,
oh, as a technical student, you want to understand?
yeah, as a technical student,
What is your discipline? I mean, what was your engineering domain?
Java developer.
Oh my God, you
CSE, sorry,
you
CSE, sorry, CSE.
you have a sea of opportunity being into computer science department. I think you have, I think the listed certifications. You are able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, I'm able.
Out of the 10
It is
certificates listed here, I think 9 of them are oriented towards uh, computer science, if I'm not wrong. Somewhere.
no. Yeah.
Okay. Somewhere, right? So I think if you are a Java developer, do you have a certification in Java?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have certification.
I think why you are not able to find a correct job, I'm guessing it is because your keywords in your Naukri.com profile or anywhere is not correct. I think Earth, we need to definitely look forward to organize some resume writing and events like how to upload your profile onto Naukri.com or how to make your profile visible to recruiters and other things. And there are lots of factors of adding what content to be written to resume and how you should prepare a resume and other things. I think what I have discussed about the contents to be included, whereas how you align your resume, what you write in the keywords onto Naukri.com, how you look for job, how you find job. I think that is what people are missing here today. I think Sanjana,
Yes,
not
sir.
to be worried. I think you should. I think revisit your keywords. Being a Java developer, that too with certifications, if you're not able to find a job, I think that is something seriously wrong. I think if you can forward your profile to me, we have lots of opportunity here at TCS. I think I can forward your profile. I think what
Thank you,
more I can
sir.
say. I think
Even
I
if
can
we,
definitely
even
But
sir,
the
if you are
certification
taking a,
course is in the process. Yet I've
come
not
again.
completed my certification. It
Please
is in
complete
progress.
it, and I think that would add lots of value before you forward your profile. Please complete your certification. I think that would give you edge over other profiles, and then you stay connected with me. I think I'll be happy to have your profile. Earth, you were saying something.
yeah, I was
Thank
just saying that you mentioned about taking up a session on the resume making and the profile building. I would be the first participant to attend
I know that.
those
I know that.
sessions.
I know that. I think we can look
Uh,
forward to maybe in some other time, or I think we can, because that is a demand of an hour. I think many people struggle in doing that.